So back on the trail. So we had 4. Let's go ahead and count that down to 1. And, count that down to 3. And then we'll start adding up. So 15 is a success. Let's give that to Fate. And Fate will add another 3. And then Fox does not manage to add anything. Fix does manage to add 2. And Fez is going to try to add some. That is a success. And adds 4. Let's see, and how far did we need to get? We got... Oh. Well, so I went way overboard on how far this particular journey was. So that was a success. So leg 1 is done. So we have arrived at our first layover, and our first layover is going to be the Champion Farms. Hold on a second. I just messed that up, I think. So, along this leg of the journey, one of the things that's happened is that a whole bunch of Dan McCarty's horses has disappeared, and they're found dead, not too far from the caravan. And horses are pretty priceless, so it looks like that sentence doesn't really make sense. It looks like they've probably been mauled by wolf or a bear or something wild anyway, because they're basically torn and mutilated, and chewed on, and so something managed, I don't know how, to get the horses away from the wagons and the caravan. And Dan McCarty is completely incensed that this has happened, and is like, what am I paying you for, you stupid. Boy, I was thinking the guards, but the guards are Kiplingers. But I'm sure he has some people that he has hired to take care of the horses and stuff, and he's completely pissed at everybody. But something apparently got the horses away from the caravan and slaughtered them, without anybody finding out or knowing about it until they were found missing, and then they tracked them down. So let's see, how do I want to do this? So they manage, through those trials and tribulations, to make it to Champion's Farms, or Campion Farms, and and so they get their stuff together, and they um, uh, you know do repairs, and get resupplied at this farm. Some money changes hands, and um, uh, Dan McCarty is apparently he's trying to force the farm owner to buy a bunch of the basically badgering them to buy some of the horses, constantly on them about, hey, these horses are great, basically doing the used car sales kind of, high pressure sales on these guys. And I think he's, the host is feeling really pressured, but I think probably manages to. Let's go ahead and have let's have Fox do a charisma challenge to try and diffuse the situation and get Dan McCarty to back down. So let's do that. That is a natural 20. So that plus 2 is 22. So I think Fox manages to sort of, turn it into a joke a little bit, disarm everybody, and sort of manages to diffuse that situation. One of the daughters of the Campion family, Sally, has sort of started romancing Micah Yoder, the young son of the family, of one of the families, and so they're hanging out, and it sounds like she may end up joining the wagon train. They may have hooked up, and let's see. And apparently, it's at some point while they're there, the a representative, they're there for a couple days, sort of repairing stuff and resupplying and whatnot, and some representative from the railroad arrives, and Simon Champion, the Campion, the owner of the owner, the male in the family, ends up getting strong-armed, and they're trying to get him to sell the land for the railroad. Let's go ahead and let's do a challenge. Not Dan McCarty, but Kiplinger is saying, like, leave them alone. We can't get involved because they're the buyers of machine parts, and so we can't anger them. And then everybody else is like, yeah, but they're trying to muscle in on them, and I think it starts to become fisticuffs a little bit, as the representatives from the railroad and the people of the Campion farm are come to blows as they're arguing over this. Let's do a challenge between Kiplinger and maybe Fix, the wealthy doctor. is a 3. Kiplinger got a 3, which is pretty crazy. So Fix is rolled a 16 with a +2 of intelligence if he's using intelligence. So that's a success. So what does he do? I think he sets up that they're going to actually fight. So let's go ahead and put these guys here. Let's do... I don't really have a figure for this. Hold on. Oh, what the hell? So let's go ahead and do 4 1 heart railroad people. And should we do physical? Let's do fisticuffs instead of trying to shoot each other. So let's go ahead and start with Fate. Is a 17. And so I'm going to do... So only a 1. So on the first one, and then let's do Fox. Strength +2. So that's a 14. That's a hit. And does 4 against the second one. And let's do Fix. Is a 17, so that's a hit. And that's 4 against the third. And let's do Fez. 16 is a hit. But that's only a 1 against that one. Okay, and then so let's go for the railroad people. Is a 3, is a miss. 20 is a hit, and that is going to be a nasty hit. So that's actually 14. So Fox is down. And then let's see. Let's have one go against Fix is a miss, and to go against Fez is a miss. Okay, so then we're gonna start with Fate. Fate is gonna go ahead and I think at this point, seeing Fox go down, Fate is going to pull out revolvers and start to use weapons damage instead of fisticuffs. That is a natural 1 and is not a critical failure. So he's like a little too worried about Fox being down. Fox is down, so we're going to do a... So 3 rounds until dead. And it's a 12, so that is not successful at reviving. Fix is up next. So Fix is definitely going to attempt to do field dressing for 1 hit point, and bringing Fox back. So Fox now, yeah, Fox has 1 hit point. No, let's do it that way. Fox has 1. No, we'll do it that way. Is 9, so 9 damage on Fox. So then we'll go with Fez. Excuse me. Fez is going to go ahead and try and give him a whack. Is a 10. That is a success. But only 1 more damage to 2. And that brings us to the top. Oops. Okay, so then we've got these assholes up. 14 is a hit against Fate. So that's 4 against Fate and Fox. Oh, here. Let's move these up a little bit closer. And the next one is a 7, is a miss. Next one is a 15. That is a hit against Fix. But that is only a 1. Oh, wait. There. No, that's right. And then 1 against Fez. Oh God, is a natural 20. Oh my God, that's actually 13. Holy crap. So Fix is down. Fez is down. Oh, actually, boy, I had this all ordered wrong. Here, let's do that. That's actually the order that I was playing them in. Okay, so now we're back up to the top of our roster. Fate is going to go ahead and do 6 guns again. Has a 5. For crap's sake, what the fuck? Okay. So Fix. No. Fox is up. Is an 18. That is a success. And actually, she's going to start using weapons as well. And she has a plus to... No, just base. Oh, I wasn't doing a plus to basic. Let's go ahead and add another 2 to this because I missed adding 2 for basic effort for her. But she's going to start using, it's only an extra 1. So actually, 5 and 2. And then Fix is up. Fix is going to heal 1 to Fez. Brings Fez to 9. So that's 2 field dressings. And now Fez is back, so Fez is going to go ahead and try to give it an attack. Is a 15, that is a hit. Is 4 to the 4th character. So that is 2 of them that are at least half damaged. Let's go ahead and do a morale check on these guys. So the first one is a failure, so they're going to run away. This one's going to run away with a 2. This one makes a 10. And this one makes a 14. So those 2 stick around while those 2 have run. So they are going to go ahead and try. Oops. And Fox is not up. 16 is a hit. And this one was fighting Fix. And so that's another 3. And then the other one is a 13. And it actually doesn't matter because it's more than enough to send Fez back. Oh, I didn't flip Fez, but so Fez is back down. And then we're going to come to the top of our roster. So Fate is going to attack the natural 1. Good God. And that is not a critical failure, but it is a failure nonetheless. So that was Fate. And then we're going to go to Fox. Is an 18. And so that is going to be... That's not a D8, it's a D6. It's D6 plus 2, yeah. So as 5 plus 2. And then Fix is going to use field dressing to bring Fez back to 9. And then Fez is going to, I guess, go ahead and attack. And that is a natural 20. That's good. So that's actually, that's obliterates this guy. So that guy's dead. Dead. Completely obliterated. And then there's this one guy left. That's the top of the roster. I keep leaving it on Fox. I don't know why I do that. So let's go ahead and do a morale check one more time. And that's a 2. So this railroad guy is completely scared off. So there is one dead railroad guy. And then everybody else is gonna is healing up. So they've managed to beat off these railroad dudes. That was really not an easy. That was not easy battle at all. We need to get these guys weaponed up and attack from a distance. Okay, so they have managed to fight off those railroad jerks, and now they're going to heal up. But there's something weird happens, and where the dead railroad guy, there is in the ground, in the soil, there is a weird sort of coin that appears on as they're moving the body. This it's not a normal coin. It's not coin that anybody's really ever seen. I think Fez might actually have something to think about. Let's go ahead and let's have Fez do a wisdom check. So wisdom plus 2, no. Let's have Fix do an intelligence check. Is an 8 plus 2. So that does actually meet the target. So Fez, who you'd think would know, doesn't. But Fix starts to talk about how he's read in some pulp stories, fictions about souls, and that coins sometimes represent people's souls. Everybody else is kind of like, just because he had a weird coin on him, you're starting to get all weird and mystical. You might want to go live with the monk out and pet bears. But so Fix is actually going to grab this coin and keep it on his person. So we'll give that to Fix, and we'll mark down one coin. And I'm not entirely sure what those coins are, but in the play test that I watched, it had to do with I don't know really what they're good for, so much as I know that they exist, and we'll see what the rules actually are. But for now, it's just a thing that Fix has collected from one of the corpses, from the corpse, and they'll go ahead and bury the dude off in the woods, and call that a day. But so they've managed to beat off those bastards. And I think that yeah, so I mean, at that point, I think they've sort of settled all the stuff that's going to happen. They bury the body, they've restocked, and they've waited to heal up from the damage with the railroad guys, and resupplied, and so that was the first leg of the journey for this journey on the trail to Ghost Mountain, and so after they heal up and spend some time at the farm, they'll head out on the next leg of the journey.